Sa pagpasok ng taon, halos isang linggong hindi nagpakita sa publiko si Pangulong Duterte. Paliwanag ng Malacanang, nagpahinga at nagbakasyon lang daw ang Pangulo. Pero may ulat daw na natanggap si dating Senator Kit Tatad na nagpunta sa isang cancer treatment facility sa China ang Pangulo. Bagay na itinanggi naman ng Malacanang. Live mula sa Quezon City, may report si Cedric Castillo. Cedric.
Yes, Jessica, sa kalagitnaan kanina ng talumpati ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, nakausap natin ang kanyang Chief Aide na si Secretary Bongo. At ibinalik niya sa media yung tanong, itinuro niya ang Pangulo at tinanong niya kami kung si Pangulong Duterte ba ang larawan ng isang lalaki o ng isang tao na di umano ay may malubhang karamdaman. Sabay iginiit at pinabulaanan ang mga lumabas sa balita na di umano ay nagpuntang China si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa isang cancer institution doon, Jessica. Noong Rizal Day, December 30, binisita ni Pangulong Duterte ang mga biktima ng pagsabog sa Hilongos, Leyte. Matapos nito, hindi na nasilayan ng media at ng publiko ang Pangulo hanggang matapos ang bagong taon. Noong Biyernes, January 6 na nagpakitang muli ang Pangulo noong bumisita siya sa Admiral Tributes, ang barkong pangdigma ng Russia na nakadaong sa Manila Bay para sa goodwill visit ng Russian Navy. Isang araw bago nito, tinanong ng media si Presidential Spokesperson Undersecretary Ernesto Abella kung nasaan ang Pangulo.
Sir, where is the President and where did he spend the last few days? Kasi unlike the previous weeks, months, he's very visible in public. The last few days, walang in public engagement si Presidente.
Right. He's been spending quiet time, personal time, quiet time.
What, in Davao or
he may be flying. I think he's in Davao. He'll be flying to. He'll be coming soon.
Pero kumusta po si Presidente?
Maayos.
Sa kanyang opinion column sa pahayagang Manila Times, bilanggit ni dating Senador Kit Tatad ang ulat na natanggap niya di umano mula sa isang mapagkakatiwalaang source. Sa mga petsang hindi mahagilap ang Pangulo, lumipad daw di umano ito patungong China sakay ng isang private plane. Sa China, nakipagkita di umano ang Pangulo sa mga doktor sa Fuda Cancer Hospital ng Guangzhou. Hindi raw tiyak ni Tatad kung totoo ang ulat na natanggap niya, pero nang tanungin daw niya ang ilang taong tingin niya ay nakakaalam ng totoo, nagulat daw ang mga ito kung paano niya nakuha ang ulat. Ani Tatad, pambansang interes ang nakataya, kaya dapat harapin at linawin ng Pangulo ang issue. Pero si Special Assistant to the President Secretary Bongo, na kasama ng Pangulo sa kanyang mga lakad, itinanggi na ang ulat. Nasa Davao City lang daw sila noon ng Pangulo. Hinamon dinigo si Tatad at ang kanyang di umanong source na kumpirmahin sa Fuda Cancer Hospital at sa Chinese Immigration kung talagang nagpunta roon ang Pangulo. Dinepensahan din ni Senate President Coco Pimentel ang Pangulo na kanyang kapartido.
He has been very honest about his physical condition. Let us not revive the issue of his health just because somebody writes about it. We're not even sure if that's accurate.
Dati nang itinanggi ni Pangulong Duterte na mayroon siyang cancer, bagamat inamin niya noon na mayroon siyang Buerger's disease, Barrett's esophagus at problema sa kanyang spine. Kanina, pinangunahan ni Pangulong Duterte ang panunumpa ng mga bagong talagang opisyal ng gobyerno. Binalaan niya ang kanyang mga appointee laban sa katiwalian.
Ako, I promise you, I said, there will be no corruption in my office. I will not, until now, I have not, baski sinong tanong, wala akong tinawagan dito na ano yung kontrata ko.
Sa kanyang talumpati, binalaan din ng Pangulo ang mga lokal na opisyal na kabilang sa narcolist.
Pangalan mo dyan, Mayor. Pag nandyan yung pangalan mo, may problema pa. Talagang papatayin kita. Either you resign or make a clean breast of everything, come up with the clone nose and we'll talk.
Jessica, wala namang iba pang binigay na detalye si Secretary Bongo maliban na lamang doon sa sinabi niya na nasa bahay daw nung nakaraang o after New Year celebration si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte doon sa Davao City. Samantala, Jessica, mag-update lang tayo doon sa according to Secretary Bongo is ongoing pa raw na cabinet meeting sa ngayon. Nasa agenda yung mapag-uusapan ng gabinete yung proposed SSS pension hike at yung preparasyon para naman sa pagbisita dito sa Pilipinas ni Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Jessica. Jessica.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Cedric Castillo.
Hindi raw totoo na nagpunta sa isang cancer hospital sa China si Pangulong Duterte, ayon yan kay Special Assistant to the President, Secretary Bongo. Kasunod po ito ng isiniwalat sa isang column ni dating Senador Francisco Tatad na sa Fuda Cancer Hospital sa China raw nag-New Year ang Pangulo para magpatingin. Hinamon ni Go ang source ni Tatad na i-check sa mismong ospital at sa immigration ng China kung talagang nagpunta ang Pangulo roon. Nasa Davao raw ang Pangulo nung salubong sa bagong taon. Sabi naman ni Senate President Coco Pimentel, walang tinatago ang Pangulo tungkol sa kanyang kalusugan. At sakali mang totoo, mismong ang Pangulo raw ang magsasabi nito. Itinanggi na rin mismo ng Pangulo noon na may cancer siya at inamin lang na may problema sa kanyang spinal cord matapos maaksidente noon sa motorsiklo.
Always refer to the massacre sa Balilinga, yung bell doon. Sila maraming massacres in the ensuing years of subjugation. To the point of talagang masakit sa kanila. And this has to be healed. The problem is be aware that, things might overrun or events might overrun us. Ang problema dito, ganito. Well, yung rising nationalism in some parts of the country, for some people, wala na yan. Wala na. It has been overtaken by this ideology of violence and brutality cases. For you who are the Moro here, remember that I intend no bigotry or lula ko maranaw sa yan ang nangyari. Ang ano nito ngayon is ang problema nandyan ang ISIS and we have been debating for so long, but we are now one over the opinion in the cabinet that the ISIS ideology is here to stay. They have, some of them, they are competing for recognition. So baka ba ng Lions chapter officially recognized, they are outdoing each other in brutality. The more brutal you are in raising the ideology, the more credentials that you may have for a recognition. So ganun ang nangyari. So we have this problem now of terrorism. Now, it would be nice to ask, bakit malakas ang Cebu sa Mindanao? Kasi ito sila, they are driving the war using Cebu as the fuel. Pati sila mismo. And sa Middle East, it is bruited and recognized na talagang nagsasabu. Kaya dalawa ang problema sa Mindanao. Cebu is being cooked. And the last time, yung vice mayor, actually yung vice mayor na namatay, yung kapatid, pulis ng Manila yun. They learned the trade here and eventually went back to Mindanao to start their own industry sa Cebu. Yun ang nangyari niyan. Yung iba driven by pera, yung iba naman sumasakay. And they are throwing Cebu whatever the price. One is really to just lull the mind of the person, complacency or whatever, at nandyan yung Cebu. Yan ang pinaka-delikado. That is the problem that we are facing now. Terrorism, kaya may shutdown. And I do not blame the military. If I were you might as well, if you are handling an office, Solicitor General, mag-ano ka na ng tuway. At least kung may network ka, may base ka, you might be able to communicate with your whatever office you're handling. Kasi one of the things really that we should do is to control the transmission of electronic signals. Kaya it's not really my idea. I was just advised that there will be a shutdown. So yan ang problema ngayon. Shabu must end because patay tayo for as long as there is shabu. The addiction will continue and it will bring us down to the dogs. Ayaw lang maniwala ng iba. It's a very, 4 million is 4 million. And that is the original number of General Santiago ng PDEA noon. Gave you 3. It was an incremental increase. It was about 3-4 years ago. So, it might really be easy just to guess that another 1 million has been added over the years. And 4 million is 4 million. And you know what? The one thing I hate sa Cebu, at talagang galit ako, is because they enslaved our countrymen. Slavery yan eh. And they are slaves sa druga through packets of these mga idioto. Kaya kung sabihin mo patayan, ay anak lang, huwag na tayo magbunuhan, pero as long as I'm president, itong malalaking Cebu dealers, mamamatay talaga to. And the next batch would really be, tatawagin ko yung mga mayors, ilak ko, no, kami-kami lang. Sabihin ko talaga sa kanila. Ganun kakapal yung pinakita ko sa inyo. Hanapin mo yung pangalan mo dyan, mayor. Pag nandyan yung pangalan mo, may problema. Talagang papatayin kita. Either you resign, or make a clean breast of everything, come up with the clone nose and we'll talk. Pero kung sabihin mo, I will allow. I might go down the history as the Batch crew. Eh, bahala kayo. I will not allow my country to, not during my time. At sabi mo, panahon ni Duterte maraming patay. Oh yeah, but no. That's why I said when I came over, I asked my secretary, sabi ko, bakit yung meaning ng purpose? So, why are we here? So, we have a purpose. What? To serve government, to serve the people. What else is there to talk about here? Except service to the people. And truly one, yung tao naman, hindi na si for change. So, we are being paid. We feed our families with the salary we get. Yun ang gusto kong ano sa inyo, but not the way I would be presented to the mayor because dito medyo brutal ng mag- Talagang sabi ko, huwag niyo akong lukuhin. Deprive you of the supervisory powers over the police. Second is, I will tanggalin ko lahat ng security mo. Because kung ang syudad nila, there is a thriving Cebu business there. You need to say that you are not working as a mayor. Hindi ko na lang inaanong sarili ko, but look at Davao. Ayoko lang I don't want to pull me on chair, but look at Davao. Most of you have been there. Wala ka problema ba kayo dyan sa mga droga-droga na? Hindi ko pumayag. Pagka pumayag ang mayor, pumayag ang chief of police, patayin ang tao. Yan talaga. Provincial commander, chief of police, station commander. Pag yan ang nagkonsabo, kaya sa nangyari, and we did not know for the life of me that we were already in narco-politics 2 elections ago. Kita mong yung listahan na yan, I'll make it public. Binitawan ko na. So you can get to have a look at who's there and who's not. Hindi natin alam na noong pa pala, mga municipal mayors, itong si Albuera, namatay siya, walang pakialam. Sabi ng police, lumaban. And then I will stick with the story of the police. Because the police is under me. Why would I dwell on kung niluto ko pa yung kaso, di tinawagan ko na si Bit Aguirre, sabihin mo sa NBI, sundan na lang yung istorya ng But I did that also. In fairness, sabi ko sila, but I will stick with the police. Sabi ko, totoo yan kanila. Sabi ko, sila sinasabi nila. And that is the one way of protecting. Basta sumunod lang. Go out and hunt for them. Arrest them if still possible. If not, then if it presents a danger to you, puts up a violent resistance, jeopardizing your life, shoot. That has always been my order. Magtanong ka na isang pulis dito kung may sinabi ako na patayin mo yan si Dilima. O patayin mo yan si ano. No order. Sinabi ko lang. Remember that I declared war. I did not declare any just police punitive action. No, far from it. Sabi ko, di yung sabi, paano itong namatay mo? Precisely this war. Why? Look at the problem. Is it really just a police matter? It has become a national security issue. That is why I had to call in the armed forces to help. Kulang ako ng tao, kulang ako ng lahat. So that's the purpose. My purpose, dito sa buhay na ito. Kung nga swerte ko pasensya. Para sabihin mo na ousted, kudeta. So be it. Assassinate, so be it. Hurlog ng aeroplano kasi total commercial flight yan. Maraming insurance yan. Kasi magastos yung jet eh. Nahiya ako sa tao. Yan, tayo dito, isa lang talaga rin yung what the purpose really? The purpose is to serve the people. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko talaga makuha ang butit nandito pa mo. Just first week of December, si Maria, si Andrea rather, give me 5 billion check. Right away, sabi ko sa kay ma'am na, sige ma'am, i-release mo yung 1 billion sa mga tao ngayon mahawak ng reseta ng doktor na walang mapagbili. Ubusin mo ngayon because may 1 billion na kung next month, same ayun. Then kita mo the irony of life. Nag-release ako ng another 1 billion sa mga putang inang mga drugista na ito. Kasi the community-based treatment to rehab there, whatever's going on there, wala silang pera pambili ng medisina. Just imagine, 1 billion which could have been used for something like feeding the hungry. Napunta sa mga ulol, hindi ko naman, gusto kong patayin lahat, magkakaroon ng iskandalo. So I have to subsidize also the Pilipino Sabi ko, pero kung magpatuloy ito, itong mga to, nakita na they have a good idea of how it evolved. Nakita na nila kung paano. Ngayon, kung papasok pa sila dyan, maghahanap talaga sila ng kamatayan. Tapos itong mga human rights, do you want the killing stop immediately tomorrow? Puntahan mo yan sila. Just drop the Cebu. Turn your back and walk away from the Cebu industry, and tomorrow it will be heavenly peace. Wala nang bababatay dyan. Yan lang bingo. Itong si reporter. You know what? I was investigated by the Ombudsman together with the police when I was mayor. They had no findings, but defined 1 month's salary yung mga lahat, 27 of them. All those years na mayor ako, lahat na dumaan sa Davao Chief of Police were fined. Kasi wala silang maku-accept neglect of duty. Then the rapporteur, Philip Alston, of the United Nations Commission on Human Rights, went to Davao. We had a long talk. Tapos nilecturean ko rin siya na, you do not just come here to of course, I have a reason also to talk back at you. Tapos, wala. Yung dilemma, human rights. Inulit na naman niya. Wala. Secretary of Justice siya. Wala. Ngayon, ipa-imbestiga ako ng reporter. Ngayon, umalis ko, sipain kita, putang ina. Ngayon, kung gano'n binababay mo ako When they should realize that they have been at it for so long a time, why bug me with so many investigations after investigation? Ako talagang masama. I do not care if you are Obama o si Ban Ki-moon. Isa ka pa. You just don't reprimand me in public for something as serious as a problem. You know, when you begin to tinker with it, to si Obama, nitpicking, you are trivializing the problem. 4 million slaves thrown to slavery, drugs, and you trivialize the whole thing by just asking why there are about 1,000, 2,000. Pabutan mo lang ng 50,000. There's a serious problem here. Where do you... Hindi na alam kung gaano ka kasama ng tama sa bayan yan. I hold it as an article of faith that for as long as there is trouble, there is disorder in the community, nothing but nothing will follow. Look at Davao. From a wasteland, pinilit ko sarili ko. I have my own political philosophy. Ganyan nga na taga Davao. Pinilit ko talaga. So do not destroy my country because I'll kill you. And do not tinker with our youth because we need them to run this country after us. And I insisted on my own. On Vietnam Davao is hitting 9%, the highest in the country. Dating mo ang Davao, nakakalakad ka ng gabi, pero at a price. Sabihin ninyo, paano ko ginawa? Secret yan. Pero pwede sabihin nyo, nagliyakul pa ka dito sa... Well, that's it. Ang ano ko lang, ma'am, is may isang reklamo. They were following the... Wala daw itong director. I don't know if it's regional. But kindly just re-echo or echo the warning. You know, ang cabinet, I just give them 1 month. They used to handle it 2 months, 3 months, 1 year. NEDA, in particular. Meron kami yung application namin sa train, simple train. And even just to tell me that it is not viable. Wala akong communications hanggang ngayon. How inept and di ko maintindihan. Kaya sa ipanahon ninyo, I gave you 1 month. Ilabas ninyo yan, whatever it is. Total computerized naman yan. Marami naman tayong empleyado. Then, dito sa baba, hindi pa tapos, pinag-drop yung mga business permit sa local. I have every right to intervene. Yung supervisory. Itong mga supervision how to handle wala namang discretion yan. So, 3 days. Electrical connections, 3 days. Kaya dito sa sa baba, electrical permit. Pagpunta mo sa bumbero, pabilihan ka ng fire extinguisher. Kung ano, it takes about forever really to do it. This has to stop. This has to stop. I will define the timeline sa kasi kawawa talaga ang tao. Naawa ako sa tao. It may be sabihin ng pretended sentiment or whatever, but the fact is talagang naawa ako sa tao. Now, I will be harsh this time kasi New Year na. Maski yung, that's why I opened the 8888. Sabihin ko, and I will tell the nation, name the public official, narrate in 3 sentences kung anong kasalanan niya, and I will take over. Wala akong paano, yung graph na yan, wala talaga akong pasensya dyan. Pero pati yung simple neglect sa tao. Walang alibyo ang tao. Year after year, administration after administration, corruption. There, we might be able to give them a respite sa hirap ng Pilipino. So, yan na lang muna ngayon, pending the completion of so many. But I would like to plead to you, huwag naman patagalan. Mismo, 3-4 days, o sa Davao kasi, business permit, 3 days. Hindi mo ma-approve or disapprove, ilabas mo. Then give me the reason why. But you should be able also on your end to give them a shopping list. And everything is submitted, and everything is also okay, then issue the permit. It's not time to go corruption, maliliit na bagay. Kawawa eh. Pagpunta yan, dagdagan mo kasi maghingi pa yan. Ako basta dyan, wala ako. Zero tolerance ako. Basta ganun. And I showed it by ginawa ko sa immigration. And they were not only close to me, they were my fraternity brothers. But I said, wala akong ano din. Wala tayong pinag-usapan din. And tayo, kasama naman, lahat tayo, dito si General Bahaya, Sir, si marang tagal man tayo nagsama. Ni minsan, yung dumaan ng Davao o taga Davao, ni minsan, wala akong hiningi na pabor na tagilid. Ni minsan, wala akong nilakad para sa taong. Yan lang ang ipagmayabang ko. I may not really be the ideal public official that you'd want me to be. Sabi, hindi raw statesman. Putang ang statesman, ang kinuha ko lang, there's no such degree as statesman. Hindi mo ipilit mo sa akin yung statesman. Wala ka naman ginawa sa bayan mo. Hindi na bali, hindi ako statesman. Basta patay lang lahat yung mga gagawang drug lord dyan. Talagang mamamatay ka. Sigurado yan. Padayin ko talaga. Kayong mga drug lord, kayong 1 tonelada doon sa San Juan, kung nandito ako sa Maynila, at na may tumawag, sir, may dito. Talhin kita sa likod sa apartment, barilin kita doon. Tapos sabihin ko, sino gustong sumunod? Totoo. Ganun karami, 1 toneladang sabot. You are ripe for the kill. Huwag mo akong tunod. Kaya nga sabi nito, classmate ko si Ruben Lopez. Nung graduate na kami, may binaril ako na tao. Tapos, hindi ako makagraduate. Class 72 hindi ako pinasalo sa graduation kasi may binaril na ako. Tapos na I don't know, marami sa atin bumata kay Solidong Justice Arsenio, may boses Duterte, ang last syllable man lang ako kita niya ako. Hindi yung suit ko gadamit. Sir, he slapped me, sir. That you're just being people and then you shoot people. You, Duterte, you are a potential murderer. Putang yun na totoo nga. Justice Solido. Wala naman magsalita. Diyan sa koridor. Ayan. Nagsisit ko. Slap me. You're just being playful now, and then you start to do a potential murderer. Good. Well, one of the vignettes in life that nakatawa lang kasi parang totoo. Parang hindi. I have a cabinet meeting actually. I'd like to congratulate all of you. Welcome back to the government service dito si Louie. Used to be for the longest time my vice mayor sa Davao. Dito man tayong lahat, it has started. Wala lang pahirapan sa tao. If you can't really attend to the nitty-gritty of the business of your offer, maybe you can just assign somebody of your confidence. Let it run as efficiently as you can. I do not really demand that you be there to, maybe do the things that everybody wants you to. Ano lang yung, mag-iwan ko lang ng tao na tumakbo, pati wala lang, lalo na, ano ba naman yung maghingi ang mag-follow up? Land registration. Land registration. Walang papel, wala lahat, wala. Postal. Pati nanay ko. And to think that I was, at that time, a fiscal and a Tanod Bayan prosecutor. So one of the two ako na Tanod Bayan special prosecutors for Mindanao. Itong business permit. And then sa taas. Dito sa taas, I still have faith in my cabinet members. Wala man ito. Puro man ito mayaman. Si Tugade na ay nabigyan ng pera. Tugade was our valedictorian. He's a billionaire actually. Right? And sa law school pa kami, mayaman yun sa he was running the Delgado City. Parang na-CEO yan, panahon pa namin. Honest chance eh. Lahat sila, totoo lang. Wala akong problema. Kaya yung sabi ng anong mga payo binigay mo doon sa with the New Year, ano bang sabi ko, bakit ako magbigay sa payo mo yan? Mas bright sa akin eh. Ako na ang pinakabobo. Defense Secretary. Hindi ko alam ito, Defense Secretary. He was assigned sa Davao. So, si Pastor Kibulo, so Davao. Sabi niya, General Lorenzana is our valedictorian sa high school kami. I think that he was the valedictorian sa klase niya sa PMA. Ako lang ang medyo tagilid yan. Pero, as like in the order, we go with the majority. Sa totoo lang tayo, hanggang 77, 78, okay naman yan. Wala akong, ako talaga ang wala akong ipagyabang. Kaya ginadaan ko na lang sa extrajudicial killing. Wala akong credentials sa ipagyabang. Itong media, let me end by saying, coming in from Laos, it was a long haul, almost 4 hours. Pagdating mo sa Davao, impromptu, preschool. Ang tinanong ko naman sa akin, tingnan talaga itong video. Media, kinikawin. Sabi nga, pero nga na bang, have you resolved the issue of not casting in epithets and all in public? Hindi ka na magmura. Sabi ko, sa lahat pa naman ng problema ng Pilipinas. Sabi ko, so while I was flying in, I was looking out of the window. The dark, there was a brilliant Jesus Christ appeared to me and said, you stop your cussing in public. Alam mo po, would you believe it? Naniwala itong hindi ko talaga akalain na naniwala. Tapos sinabi si Duterte medyo may sira. Ito sila yung mga husband. Ganun daw ako, may sira ulo. Yung tinanong ako ni Ruchi ko, sabi ko, bakit ganun ka? Sa anong totoo mo hindi? Sabi ko, Ruchi, when I was interviewed, if it is ridiculous and far out in space yung pinagdadaldal ko, bakit kayo maniwala ng gano'n? Kinausap ako ng Diyos. Kung sabihin ko tuloy talagang nangyari, it really happened, at God talked to me rather than me talking to Him, ang sira ulo ang Diyos, hindi ako. Bakit ako kausapin? Isa rin nga, during the last election, are you running? Sabi ko, no. Why? Sabi ko, I do not have the money, I do not have the machinery. So na, hindi, the ratings, you were up at, with Rojas, papalit ng kayo 3-4. Is that a good rating, ma'am? So, by your body language and your, parang talagang tatakbo ka. Sabi ko, hindi lagi. Tatakbo ko. Sige, sabi niya, what will make you run? Sabi ko, baka Diyos. So, kung babawa ang Diyos sa harap, wala dyan magawa. Kasi ba dyan ngayon, kung nandyan yung Diyos sa harap mo, sabihin mo, sabi ko, pera mo. Eleksyon to, hindi ito. Saan ka ba? Kay Kristo. Money down, and I will run. Wala sila ng ganun. Alam mo, stupido yung kasi sa Davao, ganun ako. Yung mga media naman, sana, pagdating ko dito, mayroong probinsyano na Biro akala na, hey guy, this is Manila. This is international arena. Pakialam mo, arena kayo dyan. Basta ako, gusto ko magbiro ako. So, but today, I am not joking. I really want you to just, nag-average tayo dito. Ang edad siguro natin dito, ako 52 na. Kaya siguro dyan nag-average tayo ng mga about 50s. This day, ito na yung pinaka-last natin. 6 years from now, I do not think that you'd be in a position to work some more. So, this is the last call para sa may magawa tayo sa kababayan natin. Just give it to them. Ako, I promise you, I said, there will be no corruption in my office. I will not, until now, I have not, baski sinong tanong, wala akong tinawagan dito na ano yung kontrata ko. So, pag I discourage people yung magdadala ng negosyante sa opisina ko, you talk to Brady, you talk to Gina, whoever, do not talk to me. Para wala lang ano. But last call natin ito, so, maybe on the side, marami naman mahanap buhay dyan na kunti-kunti lang. But itong trabaho, give it to the people because you have to. It's your last call to serve your nation. And because I am pleading to you, I hope that we can work together, trust each other, and yes, give it to the people this time. Maraming salamat po.